What was the learning curve for you? Were you like a duck to water? I mean, because
Yeah.
wrestling really, you
Yeah.
can go to wrestling school, and there's been some great
Right.
camps, just like the camp you guys got down there in Orlando with the WWE
Right.
Performance Center. That's a world-class
Yeah.
camp, but most of it really is, back in the day, I learned a little bit of stuff from Chris Adams, and I got out on the road, and it was on-the-job training. And so purely, that's pretty much what your whole career was, or your first learning curve was on-the-job training, because you didn't know shit from Shinola. How fast did you adapt and catch on?
Well, I had watched it all my life. My dad, that was my dad's big deal. Get his check on Friday night and also go to the Coliseum, watch wrestling. I emulated it in my backyard like every kid did. I don't know. It was something. It was a God-given gift that somebody just said, you can do this without any training whatsoever. And it was just like, I remember the bell rung. I can remember this like it was yesterday, man. And a lot of things I can't remember. The bell rung, and I walked over, and he put his arms out, and I locked up with him appropriately. And I wasn't too stiff. And as I locked up with this bastard, you know, he roughed me up a little bit, rolled me in, and the old-timers always did this.
Yep.
He slapped me, and my reaction was, my first thought reaction was to slap him back. But then within a second, I thought, I got to sell this. And I didn't even know the word sell, what it meant.
Right.
I got to let the people know this hurt me. So then, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday, for 35 years, my 45 in the business, for 30 years at least, on the road, that many days, twice on Sunday, 7 days a week, in a car, talking wrestling, and every day I got better and better and better. But the first time I walked out, and a few months later, when Fritz brought me into Dallas to the Sportatorium, and Danny Pletcher named me Dusty Rhodes, and I walked out, I knew I had it. I just knew from that moment.
But the wherewithal right there, with the first slap, your initial reaction, slap the dog shit out of him back, but you had the wherewithal to sell. And selling to me was, you had so many strong points, but your salesmanship was off the charts, and you said it. You gotta let those people know that hurt you, or nothing means anything.
Right.
And I remember, when the Four Horsemen, broke your ankle, and who was that put your damn near put your eye out?
Yeah, Road Warriors, Animal, when they got me with a spike, and, that threw TBS into chaos.
But so many guys
today
miss the point of selling, man. I mean, because if nobody can hurt you, nobody will give a shit. You were offensive-minded, but you were vulnerable. And when someone had you down and you were in a world of pain, and those people were so behind you and wanted you, they were just waiting for that comeback. I mean, cheering for that comeback. And when it came, you gave it to them. And that's when the faces really got to let it all out. One thing you also did, which I really loved about your work, was the showmanship you put into it.
Yeah.
What brought that creative flair into your work? Was that just purely you saying, hey, this would be cool, or this is just how it happened for you?
By no means I compare myself to Elvis Presley, but he said one time about him shaking when he was singing.
Yeah.
I read an article way back, and he said it just felt good for me. And it set me apart from the cookie cutters guys that we've all seen in this industry. And not blowing a horn is a big thing, because I would make, but this was my thought, and you don't agree with it probably, or you do, or it doesn't matter, because it did to me. As I sat in my living room and watched you with Bret Hart, and I remember that when you were bleeding and he had you in the hole, and you never gave up, and that was the finish. You finally just won out, and the longer you were in it, the longer the facial there. On that night, I said that Steve Austin just became a unbelievable mega superstar, and it was because of the sell. And then I take the young Cody, as his career has just taken off a little bit, and he's going around here with his brother. But I remember every pay-per-view during that era of him being very small in school and junior high and all that stuff, and he would watch it. And when you would finally turn it on to the selling part, not to the breaking of the glass, to the driving in of the truck, when you were selling, he would turn to me and he said, now this is wrestling. He would always say that because he was such a student of it.
Right. Yeah.
Hogan was not Hogan by no means could work.
Right.
Okay, very well. But what he did well, for a big guy, he sold. And the people believed he was hurt. He brought them with him.
Yep.
And you go with John currently.
Yep.
And John sells.
Yep.
He sells the product. And the product is, this arm is hurt, I'm selling this son of a bitch. Okay? So, man, it's just, to me, it's easy. But it doesn't come easy for everybody. I see these kids struggle, of these 80 kids, and we got more coming. And we do all the athletes and all the Olympic guys and all the football players come in for tryouts. And they don't have a clue. They don't understand it.
Did you ever figure back in the day when I was, coming in, I just thought everybody wanted to be a pro wrestler, probably like you and the guys that you were running with. Thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And, with all the territories, everybody had a different wrestling school somewhere. And I never thought it would dwindle down to where there's really now one world-class center that is training the bulk of people that are going to be the future of the industry, as long as it lasts, which is seemingly will be forever. But things have changed so much. When you get these people in there, Dusty, because I watch you in the ring, and you had a very unique relationship with the people. There's been many people who got over in a big-time fashion as you were, but just the way you would look to the people to bring them in, maybe wave a little bit with the hand, but sometimes not acknowledge them because it wasn't time to acknowledge them. So many times some of these young cats want to go to the people, and it's like, hey, you haven't earned that respect yet. You can't go there yet. How long did it take you to just develop such a natural rapport or relationship, a personal relationship with people that were either watching on TV or the people that you had cramming into the arenas when y'all were selling out all throughout your career? How long of a process was it for you to really relate to those people?
Don't laugh, and this ain't a bullshit answer here. I go back to what I told you earlier, man. Just very simple. The first slap. My instinct was I wanted the people to know it hurt. I wanted them to form an opinion about they're glad I'm hurt or they're not glad I'm hurt. Right. I wanted an opinion out of them. So I didn't know it at the time of the question you asked, that that's what I was forming.
Right.
But it became, once you become a star, see, people, there are so many people, we forget this, that have not been where you have been. They have not stood there and heard this roar so loud and chanting your name and that glass breaking, and you're standing there and you're in the midst of it in a calm storm, and you have that look on your face to where I'm going to go on the top rope and I'm going to hold one finger up and this place is going to go bonkers. I'm going to shake my ass, do the flip, flop, and fly, and raise that elbow without hitting Superstar Billy Graham in the garden. Just raise it. And as I raised that elbow, it just became like, wow. And it's like a drug, and people don't understand that. They don't understand our business is like a drug. Once you inhale it, once you take it, and once you become a big-time addicted player, as me and you are, we are addicted to this drug. It will never get out of your system. No matter what it is, we live to entertain, but we live for that moment to where the pop is so loud. The money don't matter. The money don't matter. The peace of mind now is that pop is so loud, and knowing that this weekend you're going to be sitting in a deer blind without a gun, just sitting there for the whole time looking out and watching life in front of you transpire. Your dreamism and philosophizing are two different things, but that's what it's all about. And, if people they don't need to understand it. They just need to enjoy it. It will always continue to be what it is, but people make their marks. I made a mark, like it or not. You made a mark, like it or not. Hogan made a mark, like it or not. Cena's making a mark, like it or not. That's it. Everybody else are bid players. That's not knocking Rock. That's not knocking Superstar Billy Graham. That's not knocking CM Punk of the current. I went through the whole areas here. But they are bid players in your movie, buddy. And I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is.
You can follow Dusty on Twitter at WWE Dusty Rhodes.
You're listening to another classic episode of The Steve Austin Show, only on Podcast One.
Check it out, car lovers. Car waxes have really come a long way. Just last year, Meguiar's introduced their hybrid ceramic spray wax. With this bright blue bottle, you can't miss it. Its advanced SiO2 hybrid technology delivers ceramic wax protection and durability far beyond traditional wax. And it's incredibly easy to use. Simply wash your car, spray on Meguiar's hybrid ceramic spray wax, then just rinse off for extreme water-beating action. No rubbing, no curing, buffing, and the best part, no mess. I'm told the product has been flying off the shelves, and this year Meguiar's has launched their liquid version, Meguiar's hybrid ceramic liquid wax. Long-lasting ceramic protection and an easy-to-use wax. Seals the paint for long-lasting protection against the elements, and also delivers the same extreme water-beating action. Easy to use, applies just like a traditional liquid wax with no wax residue. Meguiar's also launched a hybrid ceramic spray detailer for in-between boosted maintenance. This removes contaminants like dust, fingerprints, or those pesky bird droppings, boosts gloss, and enhances protection in a flash. And it also contains SiO2 hybrid ceramic protection. Achieve that just wash look by gently removing fresh contaminants between regular washes before they have the chance to bond. Meguiar's has a hybrid ceramic solution for everyone. For incredible water-beating, protection, and durability beyond traditional wax, check out Meguiar's. It's ceramic made easy. Meguiar's.
All right, so anyway, I'm sitting here at the Broken Skull Ranch in South Texas, and I'm talking to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.